Welcome back to MMA. It's me, Miss Nikki. So I'm calling this Who Done What? So it's always something going on. And just when you thought the combat sports world is exempt to foolishness. So I'm gonna start back at the Clarissa Shields um has been fight that did not happen. So I did a video about it. And in that video, I said, because it was one of the first things I said to myself, was I hope this is not something that somebody close to her has done or is connected to Clarissa has done. So here we are, a week and some days later, I guess maybe, I don't know. And it's being said that Miss Shields' brother is the culprit for punching Mr. Brashear at this weigh-in situation. I don't know what to say. I don't know what to say. All I know is that it cost those girls a, a big day for both young ladies, Clarissa and Miss Havisham and Habazin. Cost them a lot of time that they put into preparing for the fight. Cost them money. It cost them recognition. Everything that you all work so hard to get to that level. And I feel bad because Clarissa was denouncing that it was not anybody that was connected to her and how her brother is being accused. And I'm going to say again, it's sad that that even happened. And it's a lot of people on either side of the fence that say Mr. Brashear deserved it. And then some people say, no matter what, that should not have happened, with him being hit like that. But now we see, I mean, for some things, for some people, things are just black and white. And that was one of those things for that young man or that gentleman in that moment that was black and white for him. And I told y'all, it's somebody that was amongst that situation did not appreciate it to the point where they took it into their own hands. So hopefully we all learn a lesson from that, we can't just be talking crazy to other people because you don't know who's going to have a PSTD moment. So with that being said, I wish Mr. Brashear well wishes. I hope that he is recovering well at home. I hope that Miss Habison herself is okay because that was a scary moment for her as his fighter. And she bear witness to that. And, that was just a whole ugly situation. And, hopefully we don't ever have to see that happen again. I really hope that everyone has taken something from this and know that at all times we're being watched. And yeah, so eventually I figure like there's gonna be big talk about it. And I don't know, I'm surprised that the media hasn't been talking about it more the way they split ends with it when it first happened. So we'll just wait and see, because there's probably an investigation going on. That's probably why there's not much being said, because there's an investigation going on. And my question is this going to fall back on to Clarissa. I mean, is it? We don't know. We're gonna find out eventually. Um, Maybe the third time will be the charm for these two girls to fight. And like I said in my other video, I feel like the next time that they're booked to fight, Mr. Bashir should not be allowed at the weigh-ins and such to cause such a disturbance and have those girls, both of them, off of their mental game. So that's where I stand with it. Just don't allow him to come to the weigh-ins, even if he is her trainer for that fight. We just cannot have another situation like that. Then, also in the boxing world, Earl Spence Jr. and his car wreck. That was, oh God, that boy is lucky to be alive. I seen the footage that morning before I went to work. I just didn't know what or who that was. That, it was just footage of a car accident. I don't even know where it came from on my phone, but I seen it that morning before I went to work and didn't realize until probably later on that night that it was him. Maybe even the next morning. I don't know, but that was an ugly car crash. And he is very lucky to be alive. And another, see, that's what I'm saying, you guys. When we think no one is looking is when we're being judged the most. So, with that being said, that was one of those moments where he thought nobody was looking and kind of had a moment, wrecked his car, lucky again to be alive. Thank the Lord. God is good. Um, that car took a beating, hundreds of thousands of dollars, gone, gone. And trust and know, if they have found that he was DWI, which I believe the news reported that they're going to charge him with DWI. Trust and know, anybody that didn't like this young man, for whatever reason, it doesn't matter. Now they really have something to talk about. The DWI, not even so much, you know what I'm saying, the car crash itself, but the DWI. That's what they're going to talk about. And they're probably going to wait until he gets out of the hospital and he's limping around at home to start giving him the business about it, because then everybody will know he's really okay. But we're lucky. He is lucky that his family is not planning a funeral right now. Very much so. I hope that Earl Spence Jr. is recovering well at this point. No broken bones, no damage to his brain. Very, very blessed. Very blessed. Everything happens for a reason, and that was his wake up call. And only he knows what God was shaking him up about. So we're gonna have to let that process just undo itself. It's between him and God. So yeah. That's definitely between them two. That was personal. So good luck to him in his future with his healing, and hopefully he can get whatever help that he may need, whether it's for alcohol or anything else. I don't believe that young man does drugs. He may be a little bit of a drinker. He may be. They've been putting it out there every now and again about him, but even if he is, he's not the first person to have a DWI. He's not the first person to walk away from a terrible accident like that. But because of the status in life he holds, it does up the ante. It ups the ante because just a week before he was, unifying titles, and then a week later he's in the hospital, lucky tonight, but not be fighting for his life. And it had nothing to do with what he chooses to do as his career, which is box. So just when you think the danger is inside the ring, usually we are our own worst enemies. I'm pretty sure that young man was probably out that night having a good time and probably did have a couple drinks and, you know, it happens. But I hope he learns from it and I hope it's not something that we will see him ever have to face or deal with again. So we send love and blessings to him and his family and his team and hope his recovery as well is good. So yeah, I'm pretty sure after he looked at that car, after he got to see a picture of the car after the accident, he probably was like, "Oh, damn, I survived that." If he didn't, then there's something definitely wrong with him. But I don't think he did anything other than look at that picture of the car and say, "Damn, I survived that. God is good." So we'll see. Do the right thing, young man. Do the right thing. His two little girls, his wife, he's got a family. He's a family man. So, with that being said, there's a lot of people that depend on him to be there day to day, not just in boxing, but in his real life, his parents, his siblings, you know. So, yeah, do the right thing, young man. Do the right thing once you get home and start to recover. And his DWI situation, he got enough money to not have his license for a little while and have somebody drive him around. That'll be a daily reminder for him too. And I'm pretty sure they'll find something cozy for him to serve whatever punishment they decide to dish out to him. So we thank him for all the great, great fights that he's given us thus far, and we hope that he recover very well from this and slowly make his way back to boxing. But I need him to take care of himself first before he comes back. So take care of yourself, young man. Do the right thing, and then come back and entertain us some more with your greatness. Yes. I think that's pretty much the gist of what I wanted to talk about because I know it was two big things that had happened in the combat sports world that was outside of the ring, but it does affect those particular fighters and boxers and their families and their teams. And, you know, at the end of the day, we are all human. Nobody is perfect. Nobody is looking for perfection. But we do want y'all to live the best life you can in a healthy way. You know, just do it healthy and be careful of some of the people you keep right close to you. You know, everybody got to be on the same page. And I just really feel bad that Clarissa and her opponent didn't get the fight. I feel real bad about that. And the fact is that there was a cause and a reaction to what was going on. So this also gives Mr. Bashir a chance to evaluate himself and his behavior too, and know that there is a limit to most things. And that person that struck him for the things that he was saying and the way he was behaving had reached their limit. So you just don't know what the next person is thinking. So, like I said, we all got to play our positions and know that our behavior just doesn't always only affect us as an individual. It does affect the people around us. And that fight being canceled was that was enough. That was just enough. It doesn't matter whether you're in Detroit or Los Angeles or New York or Florida, Mississippi. It doesn't matter. Um, we gotta have a grip on ourselves. We gotta have a grip on ourselves. And I know sometimes we all just wig out. And oh boy, Mr. Bashir was wigging out in that moment. Somebody else wigged out just a little bit more than he did. So hopefully he'll reevaluate himself. He'll come back to the table a better person and be a better person for his fighters as a trainer and not to draw extra unwanted attention and bring stress. Because I could, there's no way that that can't be stressful for somebody that he's training, and especially right there at that moment when everything is supposed to come together and be one for that fighter. That had to be stressful. That had to be stressful for her. So maybe we'll make changes. Oh yeah, the two managers, the two MMA managers. Yeah, come on, guys. And I know one is supposed to hit the other, and oh, come on. We supposed to be putting the spotlight on the fighters. We supposed to be the ones doing the most. Oh, come on, y'all gotta stop. And old boy that put the pause on, he been slowly, like for the last year or so, maybe even 2 years, he's been like popping out the box on us here and there. And then, so when I see that he has had a physical altercation with somebody, it does not surprise me because he's always, and I don't know, I think his fighters do a great job at selling themselves, and all of them are very pretty much well known. And so it's not like I think he's doing it to bring attention for his fighters. It's like, I don't know, like, I don't know. He's a manager. I need him to manage, not to be out there fighting. And that would probably be a good one to have those two put on some gloves and step in the ring or octagon and work that out. That would probably make a lot of money at pay-per-view, especially amongst the fighters. The fighters would pay to see those two managers duke it out in the octagon or the ring. So who knows? Maybe somebody will be listening to Miss Nikki and make that happen. I'd rather see it happen than out there in the crowd where it's being disruptive to the event and the fighters that are inside the cage. So let's make that happen, Dana. Let's see if you make that happen, Dana. Let's see what's good. Oh, yeah. So that's my take on who done what. You know, hopefully we won't have to have too many of these segments. Stay ready so you don't have to get ready.